everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Holly. This is the Her Real Happiness challenge. I don't know. Today's video is going to be kind of like not really a comprehensive guide, but basically just what I do to manifest, especially as someone who is a sufferer of ADHD. Is it a sufferer? Someone who has ADHD? My brain is wired differently. So I find it really difficult to do like visualization and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on with this eyelash and my one. This looks really weird, but my hair is so frizzy at the minute. So let's just ignore all of this. See what I mean by the I get sidetracked and distracted. So yeah, today's video is going to be about like how I manifest, and the current sort of like start to finish of what I do to get the things that I want. This is what has proven successful for me. This is what I do at the minute. This is how I have gotten most of the things that I want. Obviously, I had different techniques when I was new, because back then I didn't, I hadn't come across Neville. Back then I was more law of attraction sort of stuff, and I kind of don't find that I, what's the word? Like relate to that as so much anymore. I so much more find just power really in the teachings of people like Neville Goddard, who where the subconscious your subconscious assumptions are basically what manifest the things that you want. Not even what manifests the things that you want, manifest your entire life, to the point that I don't know if I've done a video where I've said this before or not, but to the point that like I've looked into neuroscience and things like that, and the one of the theories of how consciousness is, if you hear children screaming, that is actually not my child for once. It's one of the neighbour's kids, so I apologise for that. You can probably hear my kid watching, well, my youngest watching Mario, because that's his current obsession. Anyway, I have been looking into neuroscience, and one of the theories that has proven quite influential, I suppose, in neuroscience is that we basically hallucinate our reality, and consciousness is just one big hallucination. Because even down to the point that like what you see is like your brain's interpretation of what's there. Because actually when you're looking at something, so I'm looking at my plant, which is in front of me, I should actually be seeing my nose, because everyone should see their nose, but instead your brain kind of uses what you assume to be there, what your brain thinks is there, to make a picture so it fills in your nose. I don't know if anyone has ever looked in at things like that, but I thought that was just so interesting, and kind of goes along with this whole thing of how it's like what our brain thinks is going to be is what is. So anyway, that's my 5-minute ramble on so if you came for conciseness, you came to the wrong channel. But let's go on with it, shall we? First of all, I'm looking at my notes. So if I don't have notes, I would actually just ramble for 20 minutes. You want to get clear on what you want. And I don't just mean like, oh yeah, I'd like to be rich, I'd like to have a nice house. You need to get clear on what you want, so that you know what you're going to impress into your mind. So like, say, you know, you want a nice house. Well, What's that house going to look like? Get really clear on that image in your head. Where is that house? What's surrounding it? Even if you don't know, have like a specific house that you want to move into, think about the things that you want to have within said house and around said house. So like, you know, your amenities, you know, if you don't have a specific town, what sort of town would that town be like? Do you know what I mean? Or if you want to live in the middle of the woods somewhere, like think about that, you know, the location, it matters. So go through all these things, really think about it, list them down. And one thing I like to do is to create categories of things that I want. So, you know, you can break it down into categories such as, I've got here family, wealth and work, relationships, health and body. I had a plate handed to me that did have PJ Masks on it, but it's all been washed off now. He's trying to get himself in the frame, but he can't. And then no. Sorry about that little interruption there. He was trying to get in on everything, so yeah, I apologise for that. The joy of children. So yeah, I like to break down everything I want into categories, if there's more than one thing that I want. Especially in the beginning, there was something out of every category, but now there's like maybe one or two categories that there's something that I want. Do you know what I mean? So you might find it, if you're sort of more at the beginning of your manifestation journey, you might find it more like more easier to break everything down into categories and then write down everything you want in that category. And like I say, get really, really specific with it, like down to minute details if you can, so that you've got it clear in your head. Like that's not gonna then go into your affirmations or whatever. But if you're doing visualizations, which I really can't do because I get distracted too easy, or I fall asleep. so I can't really do visualizations. But if you are, then obviously having this really clear picture that you've written down is really going to help with you making sure that you're getting a good visualization that's really going to impress. So you break it down into the categories. The categories that I tend to go with are things like family, wealth and work, relationships, health and body, and then spirituality. And then when you've done that, you want to go through and make affirmations for each category of stuff that you want. Now, what you want to try and aim to do when you are creating affirmations for these things is you want to try. He's showing you his counting skills. You want to try and get it so that you are basically having one affirmation per category. Obviously, if you don't have one thing per category that you want to manifest, then you can obviously have more affirmations, but the less affirmations you have to repeat, the better, basically. Because obviously if you've got too many, then they're not all going to impress. So you want to think of the things that are the most important. If you've got a lot of stuff that you want to manifest, then you want to be sort of breaking those down into the things that are the most important for you and the most sort of like, not time sensitive, but do you know what I mean? The things that you want to come first, and then the other ones you can work on when you've manifested the stuff that was more important. If you can have an affirmation that will encompass more than one category, then that's really good. Like you could, for example, have like I'm a fucking bad bitch. I am always treated like a queen. I'm always treated like a queen can mean in your relationships, but it could also be a self-concept thing. That is one category that I missed out. Self-concept. It's like the most important category and I missed out. But so you want to if you can try and think of affirmation. I can't be specific, because the things that I want at the minute is like trying to manifest a new house and certain family things that I'm trying to manifest. Those are the two most important things, and they're the ones that have taken my focus. And I can't really think of an affirmation that can do that. Well, actually, there's like, I'm living in I found the perfect house for me and all of my family, all of my kids, which could encompass everything. Do you see what I mean? I can't, without going into specifics of my situation, which I'm not really comfortable, don't even think I can discuss it on the internet. I don't want to go into specifics. Don't worry, it's not awful evil, it's just co-parenting is hard, let's put it that way. So if trying to find something that encompasses more than one category would be beneficial, because then obviously you're using less affirmations, and the less affirmations you're using, the more the ones that you are using will be impressed into your subconscious. And you want all of them to be quite short. You want them short, sweet, and to the point, So you don't want to be having a paragraph that's one affirmation. You want to be able to say each affirmation, or even all your affirmations, in one breath. Like, I am rich, I have a great house, I am always treated like a queen, and my business is fucking amazing. Like, so it's just short, sweet, to the point, and keeps it that it's easy to loop them, and it's easy to remember them, and it's easy to get that impressed into your subconscious. It's just, you can keep going. I am a bad bitch, I am treated like a queen, I am so fucking rich, I have the perfect house, I am a bad bitch, I am treated like a queen, I'm so fucking rich, I have the perfect house, and so on. So you want, like I say, you want ones that you can repeat, that you will remember, that you can loop and loop and loop and loop, and it's not going to take you 5 hours to say your list of affirmations. You don't want a huge list, because that's not all going to be absorbed, especially if you are like me and not a lot gets absorbed anyway, because you're always thinking about a million different things. When do you affirm? That was one thing that I found. Again, I suppose this is almost like a how to manifest when you have ADHD. Because I found it really difficult, because yeah, of course I want the things really badly, and yeah, of course I'm thinking about those things all the time, but I don't think about like actually sitting there and affirming, like sitting and concentrating on my affirmations, and like thinking about myself having the things, and like, living in the end sort of thing. And because obviously I'm just so all the time, I found the best thing to do for me to make sure that I definitely have that time in, for me to really sit with my affirmations and really actually like go through them and feel the feelings, then I do it first thing in the morning, as soon as I wake up. Like, not before I get out of bed, because I get out of bed with my kids, well, with the youngest anyway, but as soon as like he's got his breakfast and everything, I can sit down and I go through my affirmations. Sometimes I'll put on a little bit of meditation music so I can close my eyes and like, and then I do it last thing at night, and I always listen to like subliminals at night. I have specific trusted creators. I am not going to recommend or disrecommend subliminals. I think the best thing to do when it comes to subliminals is either find a creator that you trust wholeheartedly, that you know isn't putting anything dodgy into those things, and or make your own. So, and it's not actually that hard to make your own. Maybe I'll do a video on that if you want. It's not that difficult to make your own. You can just do it on your phone with a few different apps. So I affirm at night. I always have subliminals on at night. So I have like I can just sort of like lay down, close my eyes, affirm to the subliminal track that's going on, which normally has like some nice relaxing music over the top of it, or just like rain sounds or something. And then obviously I will drift off to sleep affirming, and that's like one of the best times to do it, because then your subconscious is absorbing. It's like they always used to say, or people always say, to go over your studies late at night if you're studying for a test, like the morning after, to revise like right before you go to bed, because like the last things that you like are thinking about will be better impressed into your memory than the stuff that you've been doing earlier in the day. So yeah, I found that is what I started with before I started doing it in the morning as well. Is I started with doing it at night because that's like the one time that I do get to just like relax and chill and not have to sort of be half alert. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously that's when the kids are in bed, that's when my partner's going to sleep as well, so it's the best time for me. I've also started scheduling a time in during the day to do it, normally around lunchtime. I'll just sort of like sit back for 5 minutes, put on some subliminals again, put my headphones in while my youngest is eating his lunch. I'll just have my headphones in and just sort of like lay back in my chair and close my eyes and go through my affirmations. And I've been trying to get that in during the day sometime. It's not always at lunchtime, because I'm not always here at lunchtime. That is my laptop telling me what time it is. Please ignore it. Again, that helps my ADHD. Anyone who has ADHD, if you have something like a Mac that will tell you the time on the hour, do that, because that really helps me to keep track of time and what I'm doing, because a lot of the time I'll just get like absorbed in stuff, and then I'll be like, oh, it's 12 o'clock, I need to do XYZ. So yeah, anyway, that was a bit off topic. So I really recommend starting with, if you are just completely new to this, or don't really know where to start when it comes to affirmations, start doing it at night. That is the best time to do it, because you're relaxed, you're going to sleep anyway, it's more likely to impress on your subconscious at night. You know, if you're like me and you have kids, you don't, you know, they're all in bed. So having that ability to just relax and fall asleep in your affirmations, and it's a nice feeling. Like, I used to do stuff like that when I was a kid, like almost like visualizing before I go to sleep, like play these like little fantasies in my head. It's just a nice way to fall asleep in your you know, thinking about the things that you, having the things that you want. It's just a nice way of ending your day. And then, like I say, try and then remember to do it in the morning, so you bookend your sleep. Your subconscious is still open when you first wake up. So if you don't have to get up with kids and things like that, it's the best thing to do is, like, as soon as you wake up, just lay in bed and go through your affirmations a few times, and then try and sneak a little bit in of time into the middle of your day to sort of just, you know, have some downtime, so 5 minutes of quiet, and just go through those affirmations. But now I say all of this, but the most important thing out of everything that I have said today, the most important thing that you need to remember and that you are going to take away from this is that there is no point at all in affirming, doing your affirmations every day, having those lists of affirmations that you're going through, if then whenever you think about the thing that you want, you're like complaining that you don't have it. Because you're just ruining it. You're just ruining the whole effort of trying to reprogram your subconscious. If then, as soon as you think about the thing, you go off into a tangent of getting pissed off because you don't have the thing. It's like, say if you're affirming for an SP and your affirmations, oh, he loves me so much, he's constantly texting me, he's obsessed with me. I know some people don't like using the obsessed word, but he can't stop thinking about me, he's ready to commit to me. And you're going through that every day, and then you know at night, in the morning, you're having your little 5 minutes in the day, and then as soon as you think about him, you're like, I don't have him, he's never going to call me. Well, what's gonna win? That assumption that you're never gonna be with that person doesn't like you, what is gonna that you already have, or is the affirmations that you don't believe yet? Are they gonna win? No. What's gonna win is the assumption that you already have, which is that this person isn't ever gonna be with you. So you need to make sure that every time you think of that thing, the thing that you are affirming about, or things that you are affirming about, you affirm again. You don't let yourself and your thoughts go down that spiral of the complete opposite of what you're trying to attract. You let those thoughts spiral up into the things that you want to attract. It's like the rule that I like to follow is this thing that I am thinking about right now, do I want it to manifest like that? If what I'm thinking about right now manifested exactly as how I'm thinking it, would I be happy with it? And if I'm not, then I need to get my thoughts in check. So you can't affirm and be doing your affirmations and be dedicated. You can be as dedicated as you bloody well want to your affirmations, but if you're then ruining it all by bitching and moaning that you don't have the thing that you want, then you're never going to have the thing that you want, because that is the assumption you already have. You're not trying to reprogram that assumption that's already existing. You're trying to reprogram that into what you want. Do you know what I mean? So if you're just reinforcing the assumption you've already got, it's never going to change, and that is just going to be your life. So you need to be affirming for the thing that you want when you think about it as well. Not let yourself go down those cycles of don't fuck up your manifestation by thinking the opposite every time you think about it, because it's never going to get anywhere. You're just putting in all that effort at night and in the morning for absolutely no reason. It's like a nice thought, but really you're not reprogramming anything, because you're like reaffirming your already there assumptions. And you need to change those assumptions. That's what the whole affirmation thing is about. And the whole visualization thing, if you can do visualization. But obviously I find it really difficult. I find affirmations so much easier because I can concentrate on the words rather than on the pictures. So there. That is what I do. That is my current process for manifesting anything I want. That is how I manifest it. I manifested a hell of a lot of things. I manifested my amazing partner. I manifested my kids. I manifested where we're living now, and we're moving, so manifesting a new place. I've even manifested shitty things, and I know damn well that I did that. But that's a whole other video for another time, and I do want to go into that. That is one video I really want to go into, like how the biggest wake up call I got to how my thoughts was suddenly realizing that I was living a nightmare that I had actually created myself, because when I was younger, I thought that said nightmare was this glamorous party lifestyle, when actually I was just a drug addict. So, like I said, I do want to go into that, but at the same time, it's very personal. So, probably won't be anytime very soon, but it will be something for the future. But anyway, I hope that this helps you. Let me know if these are similar things that you do. Let me know if you've been trying these things. Let me know about your affirmations. I would just love to hear from you. I like hearing from you guys. It's always really nice to see the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a little thumbs up, because that really helps with the algorithm, of course, and gets these videos out there, and helps other people to manifest the life that they want to live. And I just want everyone to live a fucking amazing life. Do you know what I mean? Like, we could all have everything we want. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, if you aren't subscribed already and you like rambling, listening to me ramble on, and occasionally getting something useful out of it, then go ahead and subscribe down below. Click the bell icon for notifications for when I upload. I'm trying to keep to an uploading schedule, hopefully 3 times a week, but I'm also pregnant at the minute and have kids, so we'll see how that goes. And we're moving, so but thank you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye bye.